Threatening messages, scrawled in blood-red spray paint, covered the walls. And upstairs, a scene of pure horror. On the bed lay 31-year-old Sherry Coleman. In the bedrooms nearby, her two sons, Gavin, 9, and Garrett, 11. All three strangled in their sleep. Could this be the work of a serial killer? Some sick, twisted person who broke in and snuffed out an entire family? The distraught husband and father, Chris Coleman, left home early on the morning of May 5, 2009, heading to the gym. When he got worried and asked an officer to check the house, his entire family was found dead. Just days before, Chris had reported threatening letters to the police. Someone wanted his family gone. So, what did happen to this family? To answer that question, we need to go back to the beginning, when everything still looked perfect. Chris Coleman was born in 1977, raised in a strict Christian family in Illinois. He grew up on discipline, routine, and control. After serving in the Marines, he left the military in the early 2000s and took a job as head of security for televangelist Joyce Meyer, a position of prestige and power. In 1997, he met Sherry Weiss, an MP in the U.S. Air Force. They fell fast, married in 1998, and had two sons, Garrett and Gavin. In 2005, they moved into a cozy home in Columbia, Illinois, a peaceful town where people didn't lock their doors. From the outside, it was the American dream, but in late 2008, Chris told police and family something strange, that his family was being threatened. He got chilling emails like this: "Tell Joyce to stop preaching, or Chris's family will die. I will kill them all as they sleep." Chris claimed they were sent directly to Joyce Meyer Ministries, threats meant to punish him for working so closely with her. He said he'd been targeted because of his job. Still, it sounded odd. If someone wanted to stop Joyce Meyer, why go after her bodyguard?
It seemed unusual that the bodyguard would be getting the threat, because the bodyguard is not the person with the name.
Then came the letter. One day, Sherry opened their mailbox, not email, and found a printed note with the same chilling tone. It hadn't been mailed. It was placed directly in their mailbox. That terrified her, because at the time, Chris was in Hawaii, traveling with Joyce. Whoever left that message had walked up their driveway, right to their front door. Sherry called her in-laws, crying. She said she didn't feel safe anymore. When Chris returned, he filed a police report, and a neighbor across the street, Detective Justin Barlow, offered to help. Barlow set up a security camera pointed directly at the Coleman's mailbox. Police also increased patrols, but no one suspicious ever showed up. The only footage the camera caught was Chris tossing a baseball with his two sons, Garrett and Gavin, in the front yard. Less than 12 hours after that peaceful family moment, all three of them would be dead. May 5th, 2009, 6:43 a.m. Detective Justin Barlow, Chris Coleman's neighbor, received a call. Chris was at the gym. Sherry wasn't picking up the phone, so he called Barlow to check on her. Barlow walked across the street and up the driveway. The surveillance video showed him walking into the Coleman's residence at 6:51 a.m., and what he saw shocked him. All three were strangled in their beds.
They remained in their beds. Sherry Coleman had 3 ligature marks that indicated that she fought, and fought hard, and also had a black eye. There was spray-painted walls that I looked at through a window that said, "Punished." There were other messages to the effect that you knew this was coming.
Minutes later, Chris pulled into the driveway at 6:56 a.m. At first, it seemed clear. Whoever had written the threatening emails, chilling, specific, had now carried them out. Chris Coleman, Joyce Meyer's personal bodyguard, had traveled the world by her side. The messages were direct, vicious. One email said, "Tell Chris his family is dead. They don't deserve to live with someone who protects that expletive Joyce." In another email it said, "Deny your God publicly, or else no more opportunities." Notice that both publicly and opportunities were misspelled. And just days before the murders, the final email arrived. "This is my last warning. Your worst nightmare is about to happen." Chris's job brought danger, so yes, the logic followed. The killer must be the person who sent those emails. But then, detectives dug deeper. Digital forensics experts combed through Chris's devices. They didn't have to look far, because those threatening emails, they weren't sent from some faraway IP address. They were created on Chris's own work laptop, using his work login from inside the Coleman home. And just like that, the hunter became the hunted. Actually, the police started looking at Chris immediately. Chris told them he left the house around 5:43 a.m. to work out at the gym. Everyone was alive and well.
When you left the house this morning, was your wife alive?
Oh, yeah.
And she seemed fine when you left? I mean, nothing that you could tell that...
No, okay.
Surveillance footage even showed him pulling out of the driveway, right on time. But there was one massive problem. Sherry, Garrett, Gavin, they were already dead.
Yet officers who are touching the bodies say that they're cold and stiff. Many hours before Chris left, Dr. Bodden says they died.
No movement caught on the front-facing security camera. Not a single soul on their property that morning, except Chris.
And unless it was this phantom killer, this mysterious killer that came out of the smoke, nothing else made sense.
And that wasn't all. When police told him his wife and sons were dead, they expected to hold him back, screaming, sobbing, clawing up the stairs. But they didn't have to.
The evidence indicates Chris did not make any attempt to go up those stairs. Officers envisioned that they would have to restrain this man from going and seeing his dead family. They did not. He did not try to go upstairs. He did not ask, how were they killed?
And what they found next would blow this case wide open. A secret, hidden in plain sight. And his secret was someone named Tara. Inside Chris's computer, investigators found intimate photos and explicit videos featuring Tara, not just proof of an affair, but clear evidence of obsession.
This is Tara, my own home video of naked Tara. Anyway, just wanted to say I love you, and as you can hear, what's funny is you are messaging me now. Said, show me your picture, say I love my hair today. Look at you, you look so hot.
Tara Lintz was a cocktail waitress at a poker room in St. Petersburg, Florida. Bubbly, confident, and is Sherry's high school friend. Yeah, true, it's hurting Sherry's friend. Chris and Tara had been having a serious affair. Chris saved many details of Tara in his computer, her ring size, body measurements, and even the name of a future child, Zoe. They exchanged many X-rated selfies and videos. She told the detectives about Chris, saying she didn't think he and his wife were close anymore.
How long have you been in a relationship with Chris?
Since late November, early December.
Where all of you guys been together?
Phoenix and Hawaii, Maui.
What would he tell his wife when he was gone?
He would have just told it that he was working.
So Sherry was not aware of the affair that you and him were having?
No, I know she suspected, but you know, he always would take pictures when he was going to sleep to prove that, you know, he wasn't sleeping with her or anything.
See, now to us, he tried to paint that it was a rosy, perfect marriage.
No, they never kissed, never hugged.
Here is when Tara was asked about the wedding and rings.
He registered on some wedding sites and stuff, looked at some rings.
I looked at stuff, but you know, with his job, he, you know, can't be living with anybody unless he's married.
Had you guys ever talked about having children together?
Here's some details in the second interview at St. Petersburg Police Headquarters about Chiz texting her.
Did he send you some type of message shortly after all this happened, after he come home and discovered all this?
He texted me.
What was the message from there?
From then, call you when I can. I'm all right.
And in the interview, Tara said that Chris had just texted her. He was also right in the middle of his interrogation.
I got a text. I know. You know that. He texted me. I just thought I'd tell you. He does.
What do you want now?
Just said he was thinking about me and that the wake was at 3 tomorrow.
In her third interview, it was about her pictures on photos and her involvement in the murders.
Since going through your phone
Okay.
and computer, and obviously we've done the same with Chris's and even his dad's. And
Right.
there happens to be a picture of you rather compromising on his father's computer.
Okay.
So
That's pretty interesting.
yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Did Chris tell you anything about these, or that he was planning anything like this?
Absolutely
Did you
not.
have any knowledge of these homicides
No
whatsoever?
knowledge.
Before,
So,
like it or not, unfortunately, your name is Tara Motive.
exactly.
Eventually, the detectives found she had no involvement in the murders, but was just a witness. She didn't commit the murders, but it's hard to ignore that she was the motive. What's unsettling is how cold and emotionless she was, like none of it affected her at all. Meanwhile, his dad, Pastor, seems to try to protect his son with this stunning explanation when asked about Tara.
Tara was just meeting a need that Sherry at the time wasn't taken care of.
But I don't understand.
Well, I mean, every man's got his desires and every man has to be respected. It's built into every man. If your wife doesn't respect you, then you're going to find respect someplace else.
So are you saying that Sherry was a bad wife?
Just at that short, brief time, she had stepped back from doing her job as a wife.
Meanwhile, Chris had no idea what the police and detectives knew. He kept lying, still playing the role of an innocent, grieving husband and father.
Last night, did you guys get any kind of argument or anything?
No, it was awesome. She fell asleep in my arms on the couch. If I had just been there this morning.
All those police officers that you saw, they were all scurrying about the neighborhood. Why would somebody tell us that they thought that there was an argument at that house last night?
I have no idea. I'm being 100% honest, because there wasn't.
Did anything else happen that you're not telling me? Chris, I'm getting the sense that you're not being 100% truthful. And did you go to bed at the same time?
Yeah, brushed teeth and
Turned TV off downstairs and
I did all that stuff, and I went around and checked to make sure everything was locked, like I always do.
Chris tried to a picture of a perfect, happy marriage. But Sherry's friends knew better. Sherry was unhappy, and Chris wanted a divorce.
Sherry told her, if something happens to me, Chris did it.
Also, Chris still thought he was clever, staging fake threats to throw off the cops. But he didn't realize they'd trace the emails straight back to his own computer. And that brilliant mastermind? Yeah, he misspelled opportunity as opportunity, just like he always did. The cops didn't even have to try. The typo gave him away. When asked about the spray paint, he kept dodging the question.
do you have any paint at your house?
I think so.
No, don't.
I don't think so.
Any spray paint?
If I do, it's old.
But police had already found the receipt. The can had been bought just 3 months earlier. What Chris didn't know was that the spray paint was the least of his problems. Detectives had also discovered something, or rather, someone he thought was still a secret. Tara. He kept insisting she was just a friend, unaware the police had already seen the photos and videos on his computer.
Had you seen anyone else outside of your wife
What do you
in a
mean?
romantic way?
No, Tara her a ton lately, but
And what's with that? I mean,
just a friend, somebody to talk to.
were you having an affair with anybody?
No.
Okay, you said you had a close friendship. But were you actually doing anything that you felt wouldn't be approved by your wife?
Some of the conversations.
The St. Petersburg homicide unit is talking to Tara right now, and she's showing us the pictures that you see Tara down there in St. Petersburg spilling her guts to a room full of homicide detectives that do nothing but homicide.
No matter what the interviewers threw at him, Chris still refused to confess.
When you left the house this morning, was your wife alive?
Oh yeah.
What would you say if I told you that I don't think she was?
Don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think she was.
Listen, man, she wasn't alive when you left.
She was alive. She
wasn't.
was. She was laying right beside
Listen
me.
to me. We can go back and forth with this all day long, but the physical evidence doesn't lie, man. She was not alive when you left this morning. The children weren't alive when we left this morning.
Yes, they were.
No, come on, Chris.
They
We gotta get over it. Involved in her death?
No,
Okay. Was someone you know involved in her death?
I don't know.
Chris Coleman was tried in Waterloo, Illinois, with the verdict delivered on May 5, 2011, exactly 2 years after the murders. He was sentenced to 3 concurrent life terms without the possibility of parole. Chris Coleman is currently serving his sentence at Pontiac Correctional Center in Illinois, a maximum security prison. Outside the courthouse, despite cold rain, around 150 onlookers cheered when his conviction became public. Despite everything, though, some, especially his parents, still insisted he's innocent.
And until it comes out his mouth and somebody can prove it, I don't believe he did it.
Tara Lintz, Chris's mistress, disappeared from the media after the trial. She was never charged, but her name became forever tied to one of the most brutal betrayals. And for the community of Columbia, Illinois, a peaceful town where people once left their doors unlocked, the Chris Coleman case remains a scar that never healed. 3 innocent lives were stolen, just because one man wanted to start over without his family. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next case.